All right, we're going to go ahead and make our hand. We're going to be tracing our hand. Okay, I'm actually going to take my ring off so it doesn't mess with my tracing. So what you're going to do is you need a pencil, paper, scissors, and then you need something to add your message for how you'll change the world. Okay, I'm going to use markers. You can use crayons, colored pencils. Just make sure you choose a color for that part that is light because yellow will not show up very well. Okay, so we're going to start with our pencil first. I'm holding my pencil in the hand that I draw and write with, and I'm going to be tracing my other hand. Okay, so I'm tracing the hand that is not the hand I write with. Okay, so I'm pressing it on my paper. I'm making sure that my hand is pressed in the middle of my paper. I don't want my fingers going off the edge somewhere because I want to trace my whole hand. And I'm also spreading my fingers out so I have room to trace around them. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my pencil for a little trip around my hand. In and out. If you accidentally lift up on the pencil, it's okay. Just put it back where you started. Lifting my hand up, and then I'm going to close the hand. Okay. Now I'm going to use my color to write inside my hand how I want to change the world. So this is something you should have already thought about if you watched that Kid President video in the beginning of the lesson. I'm going to use purple because I love the color purple. And right inside my hand on the palm, because that's the biggest space, I'm going to write my message, and I want you to do that too. If you need help with spelling, ask a grown-up. And if you want to add a little bit of decoration inside the hand, that's okay too, but you don't have to. Okay, I'm going to leave mine just the way it is. And then I'm going to get my scissors and I'm going to cut my hand out. Now remember, with scissors, our thumb is the boss. So our thumb goes in the little loop and our fingers go in the bigger loop. And when we cut, our thumb, because our thumb's the boss, it stays on top. And we use our other hand to steer the paper. So what do I mean by steer? Well, like when you're grown-ups at home or driving a car, they're steering the steering wheel. So I'm turning the paper as I cut for my other hand that's cutting so that I don't have to turn my scissors all back and forth and weird. That kind of hurts my elbow. And it's just not really the right way to cut. So I'm going to keep my scissors pointed in the same direction. I'm going to keep my hand that's cutting pretty still. And then I'm going to let my left hand be the steering wheel, and I'm just going to steer the paper. Notice how I slow down when I get to the curves because those are a little tricky. If I accidentally cut past the line that I traced, it's okay. No big deal. We're just doing the best we can. All right. So I'm steering, getting close. I'm not perfectly staying on the pencil lines, and that's okay. Okay, so now I've cut my hand out. Don't forget to clean up after yourself. Throw your trash away. Okay. And now, okay, so now, boys and girls, I have my hand cut out and I have my message for how I would change the world. One thing I would do to change the world written on my hand. So you should have done that too. And then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to share it with me in this week's assignment. Okay. So you're going to show me your hand and you can tell me your message. That would be awesome because it might be hard for me to read your message on your hand in the short video that you're going to send. Okay. So you would just hold up your hand and say, I would change the world by respecting other people. I don't want you to say that, well, unless that's how you're going to change the world, but that's my idea. Okay. So share with me how you would change the world and show me your hand for this week. And boys and girls, very important, save your hand. Okay. Because we're actually going to be making something else next week that we're going to glue our hand onto. Okay. I hope you have fun this week and I can't wait to see what your ideas are for changing the world.